Former First Lady Mama Ngina Kenyatta has sued the government over ownership of a 1,000-hectare piece of land in Taita Taveta. Mama Ngina, together with former Taveta legislator Basil Criticos, want the courts to compel the Chief Lands Registrar and the Attorney General to issue them with the original certificate of title for the piece of land. The duo, who claim joint ownership of the land, are challenging the decision of the government officials to refuse to issue them with a critical document.
Hata mimi ni mzee wa Mata pale Mata. Huyu mjumbe wenu wa zamani Basil Criticos aliniambia nimlipie deni alikuwa naye kule AFC, alafu akanikatia kashamba yake kadogo pale. Mimi nikawa mwenyeji huko.
Vast, dusty and beautiful. This is Taita Taveta County, home to some of Kenya's most precious gemstones. In Alia, Mwatate area lies what looks like caves, but they are mine shafts dug up by villagers turned miners as they look for the gemstones that lie in this area.
Based iron ore mining company Samrudha Resources Kenya Limited is set to resume operations after a 2-year shutdown, targeting orders from a new steel processing factory planned for construction in the county by the giant Devki Group. The company says it plans to invest an additional 300 million shillings in mining and technological equipment on top of the 1 billion shillings investments it has already made. The company has struck a deal.
Taita Taveta wanaishi kwa hofu ya kufurushwa kutoka kwenye ardhi yao baada ya Wizara ya Ardhi kununua ardhi ambapo maskwota walikuwa wakiishi kwa miaka mingi. Wakazi hao sasa wanasema watafululiza hadi kwenye bunge la kitaifa ili kutafuta mwelekeo baada ya maskwota wasio halisi kupewa hati miliki za ardhi wanakoishi. Julia.
Ladies and gentlemen, a story recently made headlines in the country after the daily newspaper published the story exposing a looming court battle between former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's mother, Mama Ngina Kenyatta, versus the current President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Ruto, over the ownership of about 3,000 acres of land in Taita Taveta County, which the land title deed is currently held by the President William Ruto. But a question I asked myself the moment I saw the story is, why should the said piece of land raise dispute between the Kenyatta family, yet recently Ruto and Uhuru have been working together secretly? When I dug deeper, it's when it dawned on me, the dispute is not about the land, but what is underneath it. Allow me to take you back to the year 2014, about a year after Uhuru had ascended to the power and to the most powerful office in the country as the President of the Republic of Kenya, with Ruto as his deputy president. On May 5th, 2014, the country was treated to breaking news that Kenya had struck a jackpot as titanium minerals worth trillions of money had been discovered in Taita Taveta County. This came exactly 2 years after Kibaki's government had made a major crude oil discovery in Turkana County, also minerals that were estimated to be worthy trillions of money. But the Turkana mineral lands ended up vanishing in thin air after Uhuru took over office in 2013. Since the said piece of land where the crude oil was found mysteriously came to be the property of Mama Ngina Kenyatta after she produced a title deed to the land. And since her son was the president, nobody dared make a sound. Back to the story of the Taita Taveta. And allow me to bring to you a publication by the Standard newspaper in the year 2014, after the said discovery was made. According to the Standard newspaper, the recent discovery of massive deposits of titanium, copper, iron ore, manganese and limestone in Taita Taveta County, estimated to be worth trillions of shillings, is set to redefine the economic fortunes of this Ileto backwater county. Chairman of Savo Minerals Organization, then Constantine Mondime, revealed that the latest research by experts in the year 2014 in geophysics showed that 80% of Taita Taveta land mass holds minerals of precious and semi-precious nature. And I quote, "Geological surveys indicate that the county has industrial minerals worth trillions of shillings, enough to contribute to the national budget," Dr. Mondime said during an exclusive interview with The Standard. He said surveys had indicated that an area of 10 square meter or 10 square kilometers in the county holds up to 25 billion tons of iron ore. With a ton going for 9,000 shillings, we are talking of trillions of shillings, enough to sustain the national budget and the county budgets for several years, revealed Mondime, who was also a mineral researcher and industrialist. Towards the end, plans were now afoot to put an iron ore and copper smelting center on 3,000 acres of land near Maungu along the Nairobi-Mombasa Highway. The initiative, to be known as Taita International Industrial Park, was a collaborative effort between an Irish firm, Trisel Resources, of which Mondime, as the county director, and a Kenyan subsidiary of a South African company, Liketh Investments. Mondime said the initial challenge was getting energy to provide smelting energy, but now these had been sorted out following the discovery of huge coal deposits at Taru along the Mombasa-Nairobi Highway, some kilometers from Maungu. Now, Modoe, one of the county officials, said the county was ready to welcome mining investors who were willing to partner with locals in the mining sector, which required huge capital investment. He challenged the national government to ensure security in the mines, to create a conducive working environment and spur investor confidence. Now, as part of the land that these iron ore, titanium, and copper was discovered on the said pieces of land, one of the land is within the 3,000 acres of land then owned by Mama Ngina Kenyatta. As you all know, the Kenyatta family is the largest landowner in the Republic of Kenya. Now, before the publication that came yesterday by the Daily Nation, the beginning of this year, another story also came to light. And the story was in regards to a battle for Mama Ngina's land, as residents sought resolution, as the land is said to have been given to investors who are there to mine for mining purposes. In the year 2024, a publication was made. Approximately 3,000 individuals residing in the Jipe region of Taita Taveta constituency, Jipe region of Taveta constituency, Taita Taveta County, seeking confirmation from Mama Ngina Kenyatta regarding the transfer of 1,062.3 hectares of land that she had recently sued the government for. The residents voiced their concerns to the media on the said occasion, contending that both Mama Ngina and former Taita MP Basil Criticals erred by taking legal action against the government to acquire the title deed for the land in Taita Taveta. The pair claimed co-ownership of the land. Consequently, the residents feared potential eviction due to the lawsuit against the state. A resident acting as a spokesperson declared, "I possess the evidence right here. Mama Ngina Kenyatta and Basil Criticals personally granted this land on March 18, 1997. Their signature can be found here. Additionally, the spokesperson asserted that the former First Lady made a plea for the land to be distributed among locals. Another resident voiced his concern, saying that those who have taken legal measures like Mama Ngina Kenyatta and Basil Criticals are making them apprehensive. Albert Konzoi, one of the original occupants of the Jipe area, implored all parties involved in the dispute to seek counsel from the elders. Now, the residents also pleaded with the government to grant them title deeds to protect them from the danger of eviction. Kazoi, one of the few remaining